Hi, my name is Tess Walls, skin therapist, helping people to celebrate the skin they're in for 3 decades. Today, what we're going to be talking about is what is the best night cream for aging skin. So basically, we have 3 main things that we need to look at. The surface of the skin is the main thing where we start to see deterioration. What I mean by that is we normally have a protective film that sits over the top of the skin. This is called the hydrolipidic film. Hydro meaning water, lipidic meaning oil. Now think of this like an invisible wrap that sits over the surface of the skin, and it stops water evaporation. So we need to have that intact. So an aging skin needs a cream that has enough nutrients and enough hyaluronic acid to really improve the overall quality of that protective film. The next thing we need to look at is what's happening with your melanin production. Are you actually starting to see some inflammation within the skin? Now, I don't mean this with redness on the surface. I mean this inflammation is happening underneath the skin. And the melanocyte, which produces your darker pigment, is responding to that inflammation. Almost like the butler stepping out to pop his umbrella open and basically cover you and protect you from the rain. That's what our melanocyte does. He literally opens up his little black umbrella and he starts to protect the skin by producing darker pigment. So you need to actually be using a cream or a serum to really reduce that inflammation within the skin. This will naturally switch the melanocyte off. This will then turn those darker spots into lighter spots, which will give you a more even skin tone. Just brings them back to natural color. Then the third area, what's happening at the lower level of the skin. This is called the dermis. This is basically where all of our aging fibers are found. Now, how I like to think of the dermis, this is your basement. These are all your concrete pylons that are basically holding your multi-story apartment up. In the dermis, this is where we have those structural fibers. And as we age, they start to snap. I like to say it's the rubber band to the toothpicks. They become toothpicks. So instead of being pliable where they're moving with our constant movements of the skin, they become brittle. And so as we contract and expand with our expressions of our face, we are slowly snapping those little toothpicks, and then the multi-stories up above start to crash down. So the 3 areas are protective film on the surface. What's happening with our melanocyte? Do we have any inflammation within the skin? And what's happening in that structural basement of the skin? So if you're looking for a night cream that's going to target every single one of those areas, that will bring us straight to one cream. That cream is called Time Expert SRNS Pro 60. With more than 60 plus nutrients and peptides, it targets everything from surface protection to controlling the melanocyte to rebuilding that structural layer of the skin and rebuilding that basement. It gives you the nutrients that you need to keep that skin soft and protected on the outside, while it's actively working on all of the aging mechanisms underneath the skin. So hopefully you'll realize by trying a little pot of this that you won't be able to live without it. And that's really why it's become the #1 seller, not only here in Australia, but also all around the world. Giamatti Cappuccini has more than 20,000 locations globally, and in every single one of those, Pro 60 is their leading seller. So try a little pot of it today, or if you do have any questions, don't hesitate to reach out to the team or check out the website for more information. Thanks so much for watching, and I look forward to seeing you again soon. Take care. Bye-bye.